Okay, so we're up to stage 3. Stage 2 is when we stitched our 2 top and our bottom, making sure we back tacked at each end, making sure that those ends were absolutely level with each other, so you get a perfect square. We're now going to turn that inside, so those jets into the wrong side, and we're going to even them out to make them the even widths. So they will turn nicely in if you have cut right into those ends there. But if you have not cut right into those ends, they won't turn nicely in like that. They will it'll be hard to pull them through. So make sure you cut right into your end, because what we're now going to do is just give them a little pre-hammer and pre-rub to make sure the seam allowance, get him in the right direction, seam allowance goes this direction away from the jet. Seam allowance goes that direction. You can use the small side of your rubber, your bead hammer. Okay, and right along that seam, give him a good little press to flatten him out a little bit. We squished him a bit too much. Do the other side. So, because the natural tendency is for that seam to come in like that, but you're going to push it out. Okay, so then do the other side as well. Now what we're going to do, now that we've pushed that seam out, is we're going to see how fat our jets need to be so that they meet beautifully in the middle. So when we flip it over this direction, you might want to flick your little triangles outside like that so that you can see the corners and the edges of your jet. And then we're going to work him with our hands to get them nice and even. Start this way. Put him the other way, make sure, yep, see how he's nice and even and the same evenly spaced. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue him. A little bit of glue. A little bit of glue to hold him in place. And on the other side. Don't use too much at all on this one. We need to make sure that they are absolutely meeting perfectly edge to edge. Check them before we start doing any hammering to make sure that edge and that edge are the same. And you're trying to get them as even as possible. That one can come that way and that one can roll a bit that way. Alrighty. Now we're going to go back to the machine and we are going to stitch the ends.